Hello, and thank you for watching today's Northeast Regional Forecast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, meteorologist with Nutien Ag Solutions. So you look at temperatures overall over the next 10 days, we're going to watch a cold front bring a lot of cold air into the midsection of the United States, watching for the first freeze across a big chunk of the Corn Belt. Colder temperatures overall to near average as you head north across the Northeast region over the next 10 days, but not dealing with the expansive cold that we're seeing off to the west. Over the next 5 days, keeping things rather dry across the Northeast here. Maybe a little bit of rain across coastal areas as this coastal storm gets out of here. But it's in the 6 to 10 day time frame here that we really do start to bring some precipitation into the region as we watch a series of storms kind of track through the region. Over the last 24 hours, again, pretty quiet across the Northeast region, except for coastal areas here where we've seen some rain and strong winds. An expansive area of precipitation off to the west here, the rain across the cold front, and then snow here across the Dakotas into northern Minnesota and southern Canada. Blizzard conditions, really, at times with strong winds, heavy snow, 18 to 24 inches plus across North Dakota into Manitoba, with those strong 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. In the warm sector, good old liquid rain, strong winds, and a few thunderstorms mixed in there before cold air comes in on the backside of that front. Now check it out, we've got a couple really cool looking storms here as we check in with the satellite picture. First, this big storm system across the west here, stretching from the northern plains to the Gulf Coast. And then we've got our coastal low that's continuing to spin off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean here, bringing strong winds and some precipitation to, again, coastal areas here of the Northeast region. Looking underneath those clouds at the rain right now, looking at the radar, here are the liquid rain here, the rain and storms across the central Corn Belt into the Gulf Coast, and then the frozen precipitation on the backside here, this expansive area of heavy snow from South Dakota into North Dakota, northern Minnesota, and parts of Manitoba. Elsewhere, rainstorms across parts of the central plains or the Midwest into the southern plains, and then some light rain showing up here off the coast here of Massachusetts. Looking at the hazards map from the National Weather Service, this expansive purple area, those are freeze warnings anywhere from Wisconsin and Illinois into the Texas Panhandle. Here where you see the red shading, blizzard warning across North Dakota. The pink shading is a winter storm warning. Surrounding that is a winter weather advisory. So we're already on our way to a very colorful hazards map, which is again true to the season here. Looking at the temperatures across the United States, again, our area of low pressure off to the north, a warm front extending into parts of southern Ontario, and then the cold front extending all the way from the U.S.-Canada border into South Texas. Warm air advection in advance, temperatures in the mid-60s this morning across Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio into Wisconsin and Michigan. On the backside, very strong northwesterly flow, temperatures in the 20s and 30s, all the way into parts of Iowa and Kansas. Now, this is slowly making its way our direction. We'll watch this front continue to move across the Corn Belt and then into the Northeast region by the time we get to Saturday morning, clearing the area by the time we get to Sunday morning. So a Saturday through Sunday frontal passage for us here in the Northeast. We'll watch this area of rain make its way into parts of the western half of the Northeast region before kind of losing its oomph, running out of moisture as it moves off across the remainder of the Northeast region. We'll take a closer look here in a moment. Still dealing with some of the strong winds here as we begin the weekend. Those begin to die out, though, as we head into Saturday and Sunday. We'll look at those closer as well. Just look at the temperatures here across the Northeast region, watching this cold front progress into the region. This is as we head to bed Friday night and Saturday morning. Waking up on Saturday morning, now that cold front is moving into the Northeast region, moving across western Pennsylvania and western New York. As we go through the day on Saturday, then watching temperatures across eastern Pennsylvania into eastern New York go from the mid-60s quickly into the 40s overnight and the 30s as we head into Sunday morning. Looking at the forecast wind gusts, again, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts as we start the day off on Friday. Watching those continue all the way into Friday evening, beginning to wane as we head into Saturday night or Friday night into Saturday morning, still gusting 20 to 25 miles per hour as we wake up on Saturday morning. We're then beginning to die out as we head into Saturday afternoon. Now, behind the cold front, we'll see some strong westerly winds gusting 15 to 25 miles per hour across the region Saturday night into early Sunday morning, but those again begin to wane as we head into the afternoon Sunday, what should be a pleasant day across a big chunk of the Northeast region. A closer look at the forecast radar here. Again, watching this area of rain off the coast, bringing some light showers to coastal areas here as we head through the day today. Rain begins to move in associated with the cold front Saturday morning, moving across Pennsylvania and New York in scattered nature, but then again beginning to break up as we head into Saturday afternoon and evening, drying out as we head into the day on Sunday. Total accumulated precipitation over the next 10 days, again, quiet until we get to the late part of next week. We'll take this out looking at total accumulated precipitation through the weekend here. Again, scattered, light in nature. The best chance going to be along coastal areas here and then across western New York, western Pennsylvania. High pressure keeps it quiet Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's not until we get into Thursday, perhaps Friday, that we see some heavier precipitation return to the northeast region. Your overnight lows for the next few days, we'll go ahead and play this out using the National Blended Model, watching freezing temperatures Saturday morning all the way to the Illinois-Indiana border into the Texas Panhandle. Overnight lows in the 40s here Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday across the northeast region. And then your high temperatures, we'll look at those as we head through the weekend. 60s for the day today. On tomorrow, that cold front moves through beginning from west to east. High temperatures in the upper 50s and the lower 60s. Low 60s on Sunday. Monday starting to warm back up into the mid to upper 60s. Before a reinforcing shot of cooler air on Tuesday drops highs back into the 50s and 60s. As always, Eric Snodgrass will have an in-depth look at the evolution of the next 1 to 2 weeks in our Monday morning ag forecast video, and I'll be back to talk about the northeast region on Tuesday morning. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend.